Hey, what's happening, people? How y'all doing? Welcome to another episode of Messages in the Madness with yours truly, Vernon Longhorn Davis. Glad to see you. It's Sunday, and Sunday again. I hope you had a great, wonderful, fabulous week because I did. Did a little traveling, as always. I haven't been doing a lot of shows, but that's about to change, man. I just booked 6 shows in the last couple of days, so working on those things right there. Matter of fact, I'm going to Kentucky, Kansas, the west side of Missouri. So I got a few things going on, moving around a little bit. Yep. Hey, Miss Coley, good to see you. She said, hiya, Madness fam. Hey, Miss Annette, good to see you too. Brother Jerry, good to see you. Always great to see you. I guess I should put the chat up on the screen so y'all can see. So let me see. Put it on the stream. Yeah, put it right there so everybody can see it. There you go. Brother August said he's on time for a change. I'm happy to see you. Hey, baby sis, good to see you too. I don't know what's going on with my video tonight, so I hope it's playing great on y'all's end because it's doing something really funky on this end. But make sure you hit like, love, share the message, and if I'm coming across good, put something in the box for me. Loud and clear, see you well, something. Okay. Yeah, I kind of feel like max headroom on this side. Hey, Miss Nanette, how you doing? Yeah, glad to see you. So, yeah, that's what's been going on. Oh yeah, I'm rocking my shirt, rocking my shirt. Be still so y'all can read it. That's right. Best dad ever. Yeah, this is from a couple of Father's Day ago, but my baby sis got that done for me. And so yeah, I thought I'd rock it tonight. James says it's funky. I hope it's gotten a little better. Okay, well, I don't know what's going on, but hey, video is funky. Let me take a look and see what y'all see. I hate to start the show all over because I got all the family here. And let's see what I see on this end. Yeah, it kind of cleared up. Okay, cool. All right. Look, still working on it. Hey, son, good to see you. But we're gonna get into the message tonight, y'all. Tonight, the message is called Hey, congrats, man. You're gonna be in Phoenix next week. All right. She says glitchy, yes. Max Headroom was the perfect example. But we're straight now, though, right? Are we good now? All right, great. Mr. Ness said we're good now. So let's get into the message. The message is what's called Beyond the Version You See. Miss Coley, did you get that? Beyond the Version You See. And you're like, what is that? Well, I'm gonna tell you. I almost came out here with a completely different message tonight. It was personal. It was heavy. It came from one of those moments when you feel like people are looking right at you or right at us, but completely missing who we really are. I was going through some things this week. I had some things happen to me this week that hit me a little different, had me off center, knocked me off my square, shook me to my core. And you start wondering if anyone sees the person, I take that back. So I almost had this different message. I almost came out here and told y'all about it, but I didn't. I decided that's not what I was going to do. So you start wondering if anyone sees the person behind the titles. Hey, Miss Marion, you ever see the person behind the titles, behind the responsibility, behind um, everything people think they know about you? You start wondering if anyone actually hears the person behind the responsibilities. The more I sat with the feeling that I had, the more I realized something. If I stood here or sat here and talked about my hurt, you might feel sorry for me. But if we talk about the lesson behind that hurt, maybe all of us can walk away seeing each other a little different. So, in other words, I'm not going to make it about me and what I was going through and what I was feeling because I'm not the only one. And I don't do pity parties. I get mad, I get upset, I get frustrated, and it lasts for about 30 minutes and then I'm done with it. Anybody else ever been there? So, If you have, just put it in the chat that you have been there. It just means that you're human. I know my kids call me Superman, but even Superman is human. That's what Messages in the Madness has always been about. We don't come here to collect sympathy or fish for pity. That's not what we do. We come here looking for clarity inside the chaos. And tonight, I think we found it. I think we found some clarity in the chaos. See, the greatest mistake we make is believing we know someone just because we know something about them. We constantly confuse the information we've collected over the years with the living, breathing person standing in front of us today. We do. We think, oh man, I've been knowing them for years. Do you? Do you? Think about how we move through life every single day. We don't always look for understanding anymore. We don't. We look for shortcuts. How do we get past this person so we can get on to doing what it is we need to do? We look for labels. Why? Because labels are easy. It's easy to read a label. It's easier to put someone in a fixed box than it is to keep giving or no, it's easier to put somebody in a box than to keep getting to know them, because boxes require far less emotional effort. I don't think you heard me. It requires less effort. We look for the easy button. How do we move forward? How quickly can I move forward? How fast can I shake this person? Instead of being in the moment. Marion said, it's a feeling you will get over. You will get over it. Just water under the bridge. You're right. DC Fluffy says, yes, been there for sure. And move on after a few minutes of reflecting. That's how we got to do. August says, always there. Well, August, we got to come out of there, man. And Jerry, thanks for saying you've been there. See, we see things and we think we know things about people. We see a uniform and think we know the soldier or the cop or the police officer or the doctor or the nurse. We see a business title that says corporate CEO, and we think we know the leader. We see the comedian making everybody laugh and assume, hey, everything's fine in his life. Look at him. He's up there making us laugh, or she's up there killing it, making us laugh. But I think August said it last week. They don't see the tears of the clown. We see the strong person who always shows up for everyone else and convinces ourselves and they don't need anyone showing up for them. But they do. The truth is, none of those things tell the whole story. I remember earlier in my automotive career, I had a supervisor. The guy was officially the man. Every time I spoke to him, no matter what it was about, how business it was, or if I was in trouble or not in trouble, or whatever it was, I made it a point to look him in his eye and simply ask him, you good? How you doing? What's going on with you? And one day, he stopped and looked me dead in my eye. He said something I'll never forget. He said, Vernon, he said, he told me that out of everyone in that entire organization, I was the only person who has ever asked him that question. How was he doing? Was he good? Because, see, his label, bigwig, I'll just say his label was bigwig, everyone assumed he was untouchable. They assumed because he had the authority and the answers and the big paycheck, he didn't have his own heavy lifting to do behind closed doors. They didn't know what that man's life was like behind closed doors. See, we look up at leadership and completely miss the human being, the person, the breathing body, the soul the smile, the eyes of that person holding the title. The title is not the person, and the person is not the title. The title stands on its own, and the person stands on its own. Whether that title is corporate leader, father, mother, uncle, auntie, co-worker, CNA, whatever that title is that's the title. It's not the person. I'm gonna step for a second. Buzz says persuasion or manipulation. I know you and you check so many boxes I need from you, but I don't know you at all, and you don't know me. That is true. But the knowledge in our hearts and the knowledge of our minds is proud to have the other to help our journey. Wow, bro. I need to put that on a t-shirt. That need to go on a napkin. Thanks for that, Buzz. Jerry says, people often mask their pains, exhaustion, and heartbreak behind a smile, carrying heavy burdens while offering comfort to others. That is very true. That is not what this message is about, but that is very true. I'm not masking anything. It's not about me. But I think about things, and when I start to write them, and I look at them and go, "This is what's happening with me." But if this is happening with me, who else is it happening for? Who else is it happening with? And maybe if I talk about it, it can help some people to move forward, to move past it. Real talk. In my book, Messages in the Madness, there's a story in there called Climb the Mountain Naked. If you got the book, check it out. That's a good story. Then in my last book, if you haven't got it yet, The Journey of a Man, there's a chapter in there about we as men, or I should just say we as people, not having all the answers. But anyway, as I was saying, we do the exact same thing when we look down or across the corporate ladder. In my day-to-day consulting and coaching and traveling and everything, I work with people at every level of operations. And every single time I sit down with someone I'm coaching, I ask them a very specific question. I ask them, what is it you need or want to make you happy in your job? And they look at me like I just smacked them in the face with a monkey wrench. You'd be surprised, you'd be amazed how many people freeze when they hear me, when they hear me ask them that. Why? Because they are used to being seen as a function, not a person. They are used to being seen as their title, not as a person. They are the service manager or the parts manager or the porter or the service advisor or the general manager. They're not seen as Earl or Ralph or Mikey or Jerry. They're used to being asked questions about quotas and metrics and tasks. But, what was your customer count for the day? What was your ELR? But when you ask them what they need to be happy, you are breaking a box. You are breaking the box. You are reminding them and yourself that they aren't just an employee number. They aren't just the title on their desk or on their business card. You're reminding them that you see them and you want to hear from them and you want to understand what's going on. That's real. I can say, don't want to see that mountain or the climber. Read the story, buddy. I've actually developed a habit when When people I do business with on a close level call me to book or discuss a project, I deliberately wait until we're completely finished talking about the business. We get the numbers together, we do the scheduling, whatever the transaction is, and then once we got that all cleared, the slate is clean. I ask them, "How are you doing, Coach Cannon? Good to see you." They say, "How are you doing? What's going on with you?" And I do one thing after I ask that question. You know what that is? Do you know what I do after I ask them, "How are you? What's going on with you?" Type it in the chat. What do I do? I'm gonna wait for this one. Just give me one person to answer. I ask that question, "How you doing? What's going on with you?" What's the answer? Hmm. Okay. Nobody's gonna. No, I don't streak, Buzz. I shut up and I listen. I close this and I open this, both of them, and I listen to them talk. And I use these if we're face to face so that they can see I see them. Yeah. And I don't listen to respond. I listen to care. And that what makes a big difference. Yeah, active listening. You're right, baby sis. God did give us 2 ears. Yes, he did. I do it at the end because it clears everything. It moves the conversation out of a transaction and into a relationship. It allows them to the space to drop the professional armor and actually talk if they have the time. You'd be surprised how many people will make the time even if they ain't got the time. They'll make the time without the pressure of the project we're talking about overhanging over us. We got that out the way. Now they can actually talk if they need to talk. It lets them know I see them. It lets them know that I see the person, not just the person with the hookup, not just the person that's giving me a performance or a speech. I see them as a person. They're not just a contract. They are a friend or my brother or my sister. They mean something to me. What's interesting is that we don't do this only with colleagues or people at the office. We need to do this with people we love the most. And we don't. We don't. You can say what you want to. We don't. We think because we've been married for 20 plus years, we know everything about our spouses, or we've had our children since they was babies. We know everything about them, or we've been friends for 30 years. I know everything about you. We think because we've worked side by side for 10 years, we've got things figured out, or you got them figured out. They don't care about having you figured out. Yes, listen twice as much as you talk. You think you got them figured out. Hell, for all you know, they could have 12 people tied up in their basement right now. But all you know is that's Pastor Ron. You don't know what they got going on. They don't know that you like to walk around your house in an old Cubs uniform, singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" while eating peanut butter out of the jar. You don't know me. You don't know me. Your kids could be at McDonald's ordering number 9, make it bacon. You don't know me. I don't know you. I know what I see, what you show me. I know what I have learned. but things change. Hey, Miss Charlotte. And people change. Life changes people. Pain changes people. Success changes people. Loss changes people. The person sitting across from you right now, the person that's sitting next to you right now, the person you just got off the phone with a few minutes ago isn't the same person they were 5 years ago. I am not the same person I was 5 years ago. None of us are. People don't stay the same. So why do we keep looking at them through old eyes? That's the reason I get new glasses every 2 years, because I need to see some new shit. Being silly. But we do. People don't stay the same. We do keep looking at them through the old eyes. We don't see them. The question is, have you noticed that they have changed? That they're different? Hey, Misunderstood. I'll use Misunderstood as a example. Met her 10 years ago, maybe longer. And I used to, hey, Misunderstood. Hey. And then I've watched her change over the years. Wonderful person. I mean, wonderful person, great comic. I've watched her change her hair, the way she dressed, the deals that she does. She does podcasting. She does all kinds of different things. But I could say I know of her. I can't say I know her. Roger, good to see you. That is why, even in the personal relationships closest to me, I've learned you have to break through the comfort zone. You have to be willing to look at the person who you see every day and ask them the hard questions. You ready for this? Are you ready? Are you ready for the hard questions? Are we good? Are you good? Those two questions are the hard questions. Whether I'm asking my kids, whether I'm asking my wife, whether I'm asking my buddies, I ask, are we good? Are you good? And then I do one thing. And what is that one thing I do, family? I shut up and I listen. I listen with my heart. Miss Brown, good to see you. Buzz says I wasn't ready. Yeah, you have evolved, Yolanda. You have misunderstood. But you got to ask that question. Are we good? Are you good? And then you got to be willing to accept what they tell you for truth. Because if you looking and listening, you're going to see it. Because the thing about the truth, I don't care how good of a liar you are, it's going to show in your face. Their whole soul is going to take over their face, and you're going to see the happy, the joy, the pain, the anguish. You're going to see it in their body language, but you're only going to see it if you look and listen and feel. But if you ain't got time, don't ask. Don't ask. Buzz says, I am great. You great? Yeah, I'm great. I think so. But what do I know? Maybe that's why relationships struggle sometimes. Not because people stop loving each other, but because they stop being curious about each other. We think we know everything. They stop asking real questions. We asking superficial shit like, what you want to eat tonight? How you doing? I'm good. You good? Yeah, I'm good. How'd you sleep? I slept all right. Are those real? They may be real. Because I ask those questions every day. And I mean it every day. But when I ask the questions, I shut up and I listen. A friend of mine hurt their wrist. And I call, hey, how you doing? What's going on with you? How's your wrist doing? I shut up and I listen. Oh, okay, they took the cast off. All right, now you got a soft cast. Oh, there's a lot of stuff going on in your background, but I just want to call and check on you. You good? You all right? Okay. I'm going to give you a call later on. That's called stop and listening for new answers. Because, see, those answers can change. Buzz, I love you. Why you mess up my serious moment, man? Thank you, Roger. Thank you, Yolanda. Buzz says, I watch you weekly from day one. I remember when you weren't a best-selling author. Buzz, but you still got my phone number. We're still buddies. We got to stop and listen for new answers to old questions. Because, see, people, they stop making room for growth because they already decided exactly who you are or who that person is. I know you're always here, Buzz, even if you're just sitting back listening. We got to stop making room. Well, they got to stop making room for growth because they're already decided exactly who that person is. We think we know who that person is. We really do. Oh, that's Vernon. That's Longhorn. He's a comedian. Yeah, he good. He all right. You don't know. You don't know me. I don't know you because you don't talk to me. You're not listening to me. I'm not listening to you. We see each other. We slap dap. We give a hug, and we keep it pumping. But what we do is we give people labels. Why? Because labels are easy. Labels are comfortable. You pick up this cup, and this cup says mustard. There's no doubt that this is mustard because the label says mustard. Or you pick it up, and there's no label on it, and you got to then be what? You got to be curious. Because, see, labels make things easy, but curiosity, you got to work for it. Well, it don't say mustard, so what's in the cup? Okay, yeah, don't be a worrier. Don't be a warrior, not a warrior. What's in the cup? You have to be curious enough to find out what is in the cup. The word is curiosity. You got to ask the questions. You got to look, listen, and feel. You got to grab the cup. You got to examine the cup. You got to smell the cup. Then you got to taste what's in the cup. Then you can make a decision about what is in the cup. Don't go around tasting on people. I did not tell you to go tasting people. Don't put that on me. You catch the case, you're on your own. And I got witnesses. Walk around tasting people. Think about the people in your own life. Have you ever heard someone say, oh, that's just the way they are? Maybe. Or maybe that's just the version you decided to remember. We do that to people. We will freeze them in time because it's comfortable for you. We will arrest their development. to remember them a certain way. And we don't take the time to learn anything more about them because that's how we want to remember them. Why? Because it's comfortable for you. Yeah, it's comfortable for you. Maybe your coworker, that quiet coworker that you've been working with for years, isn't so quiet and shy anymore. What did happen over there? Ooh, they didn't got them some. They acting different now. Yeah, don't grab the dip cup. Maybe nobody has taken the time to ask them what they're thinking. What's going on with you? How you doing? What's different in your life? Maybe that old friend you've known for decades isn't the reckless, impulsive kid you remember from the 20s when he was in the army, or, when he was wild and free, footloose and fancy free, full of, all that. Maybe they've done the hard work to change, but every time they see you, they feel forced right back into that old box because that's how you expect them to be. And that's how you treat them because you haven't asked them, hey, what's going on with you? What's new with you? How's life treating you? What's different about you? I see you dressed different. Tell me about it. Don't happen. Buzz says, I could do without murders in the building or madmen or peaky blinders, but I got to have my messages in the madness on the weekly. Those 3 times you weren't on were. Thank you, Buzz. Oh, thank you, Coley. She says Vernon Davis is a recipient of my first ever batch of stars. Thank you, Coley. Roger says, I feel it 100%. At times, friends say hi and keep going, but I'm not really good. I don't talk a lot, but sometimes it would help, probably. It would help, Roger. It would help to talk, man. And you got enough people in your life that really will sit down and talk with you. I wish I could get up. I wish I could get up to Quincy and sit down and just spend an hour or two with you and talk, bro. I'm not making any excuses, but you probably got people closer to you right there that are willing to take some time. If you just said those magic words, hey, can I talk to you for a minute? You'd be surprised how many people would go like, hell yeah, talk to me. What's going on, buddy? I know you're a shy guy, but man, you've heard me say it 1,000 times. Closed mouths don't get fed. And I know you know how to ask because you got a son. I'll let you work that part out. Thank you, Annette. I'm gonna tell you, maybe you got aging parents. Maybe your aging parents isn't just the strong, untouchable protector who used to solve every single family problem anymore. Maybe they're navigating a season where they feel vulnerable. But they don't know how to step out of the role you've always expected them to play. Sometimes the greatest gift we can give any one person isn't advice. It isn't money. It isn't fixing their problems. Sometimes it's making them feel like they're still worth discovering something new about them, something different about them. Maybe they have some new woes or worries or concerns. So here's my challenge to you, every one of y'all watching tonight. My challenge to you, and it requires absolute brutal honesty from everyone listening in tonight. Whether you're watching it live or listening to it on repeat, I got to ask you, who have you reduced to a label? Who have you just slapped a label on to say, oh, they're fine, they're okay, they're all right? Who have you convinced yourself you already know? Is it your wife, your husband, your spouse, your best friend, your coworker, your ace boon? Who is it? Your supervisor? Your ex-drill sergeant? No, it's not your computer. It's something going on with the company I use to broadcast my message, Miss Marion. Even yourself. Have you reduced yourself to a label? Have you convinced yourself you already know you? Because see, we do that too. We tell ourselves, this is just who I am. Is it? Is it really? But we're still growing. We're still learning. We're still becoming something. We're becoming someone different every day. We're growing. We don't stop growing until we carried by 6. Every day we're growing. Life is noisy and it's messy. Labels help us to move through life faster, but they also keep us from seeing what's right in front of us. I'm sorry, the message just popped up. But they do. The labels help us move faster because they also keep us from seeing what's right in front of us. Real connections begins when we slow down long enough to look beyond the titles, beyond the roles, beyond the reputation, and beyond the version we've created in our own minds. The next time you catch yourself saying, oh, I know them, stop for a second and ask yourself this. Do I know who they are today? Or do I know who they used to be? Those are two different things. Those are two different people. They are two different people in the same body with the same look. There's a difference. Let's stop mistaking the role of the identity, the label. There's a difference between the label and the title and the person. They can be the same person, but they're not the same person, Buzz. Buzz, you're not the same person you were 5 years ago. You're not the same person today that you were 5 years ago. Let's stop assuming we know someone's whole story because we've read one single chapter, or in my case, you've read my book. There's a lot more to me than you probably even realize. I bet you half of y'all didn't know I like to garden. I'm horrible at it, but I love to get out in the dirt and try to grow stuff. I love riding my my riding lawnmower and cutting the grass. I'm being, just simple things, but let's look beyond the version we see. Because beyond the version that we see is probably a whole new person to you and probably somebody you really want to meet. Thank you for spending part of your evening with me tonight and tuning in to Messages in the Madness. As you go through your week, take a little extra time with the people in your life. Ask another question and another question and another question until they say, go on, man, all them damn questions. I got stuff to go do. Well, I'm going to call you and ask you some more questions. Listen a little longer. see them. You may discover that someone you've known for years has become someone you've never really met. Until next week, y'all take care of yourself. This has been another episode of Messages in the Madness. I'm Vernon Longhorn Davis. God loves you. I love you. Take care of yourself. Respect yourself. Take care of them kids. Give them a hug for me. Respect our vets. And until next Sunday, God bless y'all. $2.